Welcome along to the legendary Suzuka. This classic racetrack boasts a long history dating right back to 1962 when it was first opened. Will more history be written here today at the Japanese Grand Prix? We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at a wet and windy Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with Sector 1 likely to prove especially difficult in these conditions. We should see overtaking into turns 1 and 16 today, and maybe a few Kobayashi-style dives into the hairpin as well. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, the captain, Sainz, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Kobayashi, Ocon, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Norris, Bottas, Albon, Joe, Sargent, Gasly, Stroll, Hulkenberg, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Welcome to Driving Immersion for the immersive racing experience. If this is your first time here, we drive full-length races without assists, from the driver's cockpit with a force feedback wheel and pedal set. If you enjoy the race, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Our content is on Facebook in HD and on YouTube in Ultra HD. So we're at the legendary Suzuka circuit in Japan for a full 53 laps of full simulation racing under difficult weather conditions.
Behind you, and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Here's our strategy for the race, and for some reason the team started off with a set of hard tires instead of the medium tires, and we are expecting rain, so we expect that we will eventually have to put on some of the wet tires, either the intermediate or the full wets. So we're going to change the first stint here to go with a set of mediums, and that way we can have grip, and we are forced to start with dry tires, so we might as well take advantage of the added grip with the medium tires instead of the hard tires. So in fact, it looks like we'll be saving 1.877 seconds going in this direction, and our tire wear at lap 20 will only be 45%. And we are going to reduce our fuel since it is going to be raining. We may not be running as hard, and in fact there may be a safety period or safety car period. So we're going to reduce that to just 1.5 laps over the 53 laps. Here we go on to our formation lap down the main straight. This is the only DRS zone throughout the race course. And we're going to be approaching turn 1 very fast here, and it's just a
temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can.
Sweeper to the right, and turn 2 right here. It's going to be slow 3rd or 4th gear. Coming into turn 3 to the left, turn 4 to the right. As we approach these S's, we're going to try to maintain just racing in a single gear. And I think during the race, depending on the rain, we will be using 4th. As we accelerate out of 7 here, we're going to
at least 20 minutes of light
be
rain.
in 6th gear. And our strategy is to use our DRS here to come into 8th. And a sharp right here through 9th. And we'll be running that in 3rd gear. Under the tunnel, or the bridge. Turn 10 here to the right, and a very slow hairpin here, turn 11 to the left. And exit here is very important as we are going to go through sweeping turns. Turn 12. Slowing down to 5th gear for turn 13 here to the left. Another left-hander through turn 14. And through the long straight. As we approach the 130R here to the left, it's a 130 degree radius left-hand turn, and if conditions allow, we will be flat through there. Down through 16, 17, and exit down the main straight out of 18. And that will do for a full lap here at the Suzuka circuit. As we approach our 5th place grid box, you can see that there is rain on the camera lens. And again, we are forced to start the race in a set of dry tires along with everyone else.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Lights out, here we go. Just half a heartbeat too slow on the release of the clutch. We are still very well into the race though. And here we are into turn 1 to the right. Little bump there with the McLaren. Bump again, no damage. Through the S's, we are in 3rd place. Just ahead, the Mercedes, I believe that is George Russell, and one of the Ferraris. And from the monitor, you can see that it is raining on track. There is no sheen from the wet track yet, and no tire spray at this point. And we are riding here with the McLaren just up ahead, the number 66 driving immersion. A little wide coming in through 13 and 14. Back at the number 66 through the T-cam of the Ferrari. No DRS yet. Through turn 1. And you can see that the 66 is just right under the wing as we come in through the S's. Under the bridge, you can see the rain is still falling. And by the weather report earlier on in the race, we should expect rain for most of the race, if not all. And as in the earlier laps of the race, there is still no tire spray, although you see it here on the
very challenging
monitor.
Conditions so far. Did not put on intermediates. However, you can see it's raining. No tire spray, so it's pretty light rain. But it is reducing our grip. Just not quite brave enough yet. Let's go. Flat the 130R.
Down the main straight, start
Okay,
lap
no
3.
issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
congratulations.
The very tricky S's here at Suzuka. One of my first destinations whenever I start a new game.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
And it's usually how I test the handling model that they have for the upcoming game. If I can make it through the S's in a single gear and still make it through there at a relatively good clip, then they have some of the handling right. Here you can see the rain falling in the race course, but again, no tire spray yet. Through the 130R. Side by side through 16, 17, and 18. Down the main straight, we are racing with George Russell in the Mercedes just up ahead and under his wing. And we're going to be able to get the number 66 out into the lead on lap 4 of 53. Looks like George Russell, like many of the other cars here in the race, started off with a set of hard tires.
So we're gonna try to control the pace from here. So there's gonna be 20 minutes of this light rain at least.
Exiting the spook curve.
Flat, the 130R, almost lost it. So you can still see raindrops coming down, but the track is getting a little bit more grippy.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for the best immersive racing. And there's our livery for 2024. And with the progressing races, we have been increasing our difficulty, or AI difficulty, incrementally. The car is getting better with the upgrades, and it's just getting faster and faster, sometimes more than the AI in the race. So we want to make sure that we have nice even racing here. And we look forward to increasing the difficulty level again for the next race. the S's. Again, you
Still
can see
pretty
here
slick.
that we are trying to stay in a single gear through the S's, and that's basically how we set up our car for the race here in Suzuka. Coming into the hairpin, we've got George Russell and Charles Leclerc right behind us, Oscar Piastri and the other McLaren, along with Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari.
Weather conditions.
10 minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So our strategy at the beginning of the race was dependent on putting on a set of rain tires, whether it's the intermediates or the full wets. So if it does dry up, we may be losing out here, as the cars behind us are going to have a longer stint on their hard tires, and we'll have to change out of our medium tires. So we are actually looking forward to some rain. Here from the T-Cam, you can see George Russell, a Ferrari, a McLaren, and another Ferrari right behind us. I believe that fifth car in the background is our teammate Kamui Kobayashi in the other driving immersion. Nope, it's a Mercedes. But we are leading a pack of cars. They're not challenging us too difficult right now. Down through 13 and 14.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Okay, so no more raindrops? Nope. They're back.
Yes, we continue to see raindrops through the camera and on the windscreen. However, there is no water forming on the tarmac, as there is no tire spray yet from the other cars. And I believe we are riding here with Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, and that is George Russell in the Mercedes just ahead, with the number 66 up in front. Having a look at the info on the steering wheel, we have a surplus of 1.32 laps of fuel. Oh, very big slide there from the rear end on the number 66, and George Russell is going to capitalize on it. Saw some pieces flying.
Just don't knock off a wing.
no damage indicated. And we continue on with George Russell up in front now. Another big slide for the 66. Maybe too much brake bias towards the rear, as the rear seems to be going in its own direction under the heavy braking. So now the 66 has lost a spot to the Ferrari just up ahead. Takes that back through 13 and 14. George Russell is 2.5 seconds ahead of the 66 now. To start lap number 10. And right now George Russell holds the fast lap of 1:43. We still see raindrops, but just incrementally less. And again, no water forming on the track. Right back with George Russell through 13 and 14. And if we can hold this position with him, we will be in the DRS down the main straight. And as the rain starts to slow, you can see we're getting faster and faster through the laps. Right now we are 1.8 seconds faster than our previous fastest lap, so we should break this fast speed here.
Good
There
job.
we are. A 1:42. George Russell, you can see here that he is still running pretty fast under the weather conditions and tire conditions, and we are doing everything we can to just stay with him, looking for an opportunity to get by. Very far off into the distance there is the Ferrari and the McLaren, so we are going faster through the 130. 16 here to the right. We totally skip the bollards on the right and cut the grass. And that is going to lose some time for the number 66. Coming in through the sweeping right turn of turn 1 and 2. Back through the S's, we try to hold one gear.
Okay, I think the track's going to be drying out quite soon. Be careful you don't burn out your tyres.
On the inside of George Russell, we are 2x2 through the hairpin of turn 11. And it's a drag race on the exit. Looks like the 66 has gotten away. Looks like George Russell should have his DRS available to him as he tries to come around through turn 1. Has not cleared the 66. You can see here that he had collided with the 66.
Yep.
And it looks like there is a damage to his front wing. By the very looks of it, it looks like he lost the end plate of his front wing. Not terribly bad, but he will have to come in and have that wing changed. You can see here that he has fallen down to 4th. And right now he is out of the picture as the Ferrari and the McLaren are right up under the wing of the 66.
It is dry here.
There are no visible raindrops
A
here.
little bit of rain.
13 and 14.
Dry at the 130R.
So again, right now, as it dries up, our strategy is not set for a completely dry race. We were expecting some heavier rain, and we were expecting to put on the rain tires. And you can see here that the Ferrari got us under the DRS zone through turn 1. Under the
track
bridge
now.
and down through the hairpin. shot from the T-cam of Oscar Piastri. The number 66 does get around Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari out of the exit of 18. And Oscar Piastri has a good look at the Ferrari just up ahead. Not going to happen now, though. Dry track now through the S's. Having a look at the data on the steering wheel of the 66, you can see that we are 0.6 seconds faster, 0.7 seconds faster now on this lap than our fastest lap. We are continuing to use fuel. We are down to 1.18 reserve or surplus. Ferrari has a very good run on the 66 with the DRS open. Number 66 now back down to third.
Tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Once again from the T-cam of Oscar Piastri.
Is a second a lap faster. 1 second.
Yes, yes.
The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Timing here, it looks like George Russell is still on the track, only seconds or 6 seconds behind. It looks like he has not stopped in for a replacement of his wing. The 66 is going to try to dive in here at the hairpin, still side by side on the exits. Now I head through 13 and 14. Again, a cloudy day here at Suzuka, and looks like the rain has stopped for now. Exiting the hairpin of turn 11, it looks like we have a commanding lead now over the Ferrari and the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Looking at the timing, that is a Ferrari just behind with another Ferrari following him, and that is Carlos Sainz. So looks like Lando Norris may have come in, or Oscar Piastri may have come in for a pit stop. And we are on lap 19. Look at the HUD on the lower right. We have 21% wear on the left rear. Still manageable at this point of the race, but having a look at the display, we are due for a pit stop on lap 20, which is going to be at the end of this lap. And again, our strategy here calls for a one stop. We are going to be putting on a set of the hard tires as required. So those are going to be the white stripe tires. We are hoping that our strategy was based on a rainy conditions. But I think with the one stop, we'll still be able to have a good finish for the race, and we'll see what everybody else does. Lap 20, we are due for a pit stop as we come around the pit entry, and here we are. Tires are actually in still pretty good conditions. However, we are going to make use of the wear rate, and we are going to put on a set of the hard white tires, and that is going to be our only stop for the race.
Clouds are still around.
There we are. As we exit, we are going to be in 6th place as Carlos Sainz whizzes by on our left, coming in through turn 1. brand new tires on the number 66. You can see here that we are very wide through 13 and 14 as we are struggling for grip. And these white tires are not going to be as grippy as the medium yellow tires. Come in for one lap on these tires, they're already up to temperature.
The car in front, 2.1 seconds.
As they are put in the tire heaters before they are applied to the vehicle. So just up ahead, that is Oscar Piastri in the McLaren, so he did get us on the pit stop, meaning that he was able to pass us by. So many reasons why that could be. It could be that he was faster on the track for one lap, 2 laps, or maybe a number of laps, or he was faster in the pits, getting his tires changed. So right now, our job is to catch up to him. Looking at our timing on the steering wheel, we are 0.6 seconds faster than our fastest lap, so doing well on this set of tires.
Really do have to fight those turns.
The track is dry now, obviously.
Looks like everybody's going faster. Now that the track is dried.
Looking at the timing, that is 2.5 seconds ahead with Oscar Piastri. And it looks like he's got Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari and Daniel Ricciardo. And Tsunoda just up ahead. So aside from Piastri, I don't believe any of those cars have stopped yet for the first pit stop. On from the back of Daniel Ricciardo.
No DRS, eh?
You can see the Ferrari is going to have the DRS available to him. Coming in through turn 1. A McLaren tucked underneath the wing of the Ferrari. And the white car that you see back there is the number 66.
Too hot.
Shadows from the trees. The sun has come out here at Suzuka. And we are looking at a dry race for now. Underneath the McLaren, we come in through 17 and 18. Now that is Daniel Ricciardo just up ahead. He should still be on his first set of tires. A very good jump, and we finally get around Daniel Ricciardo.
Okay, gap ahead, 1.5 seconds. Starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
So a big lock up there as we come in through turn 1. This is Carlos Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda just up ahead. The number 66, 1.3 seconds behind. Getting closer at the exit of 14. Looks like Carlos Sainz is just not aggressive enough. There we go. He's got a good look at the inside, but not enough room here through the 130. And we're going to take a big dive underneath Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari through 16, 17. And coming out of 18, we are ahead now. And the target up ahead is Yuki
very good
Tsunoda.
Sainz. No bumping.
Kamui's coming in for his stop now.
That's 2 stops for Kamui.
On board with Carlos Sainz as we watch the 66
Very wild there. Very
just
out of
get
control.
underneath Daniel Ricciardo, and that was with a slide into the turn. On board with Daniel Ricciardo, the Ferrari has gotten ahead now, as well as the 66 earlier.
I don't think I'm the only one on a 1-stop. Those 2 cars in front of me still have to come in. air time should land just about same time. Very slow on the straight, I might have too much wind in the rear.
So Carlos Sainz right now giving us a very good race. Exiting 9.
Okay, Norris is in the pits.
So as we come in through the straight there, you got to see that the steering wheel is shaking. I do have a lot of road feel through the steering wheel.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
And I have this set up just so that I can feel exactly right when I'm starting to lose grip in the front. Now that doesn't indicate that I have a lot of force feedback strength. Oh, there's Carlos Sainz. And he gets by as we are trying to enter the S's. Of Carlos Sainz, 66, just behind out of 14. And obviously you've got to reserve some ERS for this section of the track just to help with the top speed of your vehicle on the wide open straight, and we are going to be able to get around Carlos Sainz because of the ERS. As we came through 18 and 19, he will have his DRS activated. He has a quick flick through the inside, and we are going to cover his turn 1. Forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for the best immersive racing. Coming around to end lap 30, we are back up in the first place. And looks like the skies are clearing as the sun is out casting shadows. So it's going to look right now like a dry race. And with our set of hard tires, we are getting away from the two Ferraris just behind. Yes, as we come into end lap 31, you can see here that we are below a surplus of 1 lap, so we are burning more fuel. Further back in the race, we are riding with Lando Norris as the 2 McLarens and the 2 Ferraris are fighting for number 2.
So the front tires are kind of chattering through the bumps, the turns. So the front suspension might be a little harsh. But right now it's doing all right.
Back on board with 5th place Lando Norris, McLaren. And it looks like Carlos Sainz up ahead, letting Charles Leclerc get away. On board with the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, that was the number 66 just up ahead.
So Leclerc's coming up.
So he's not too far away, and looking at the timing, he's about a 1.5 seconds behind, coming through the 130. Not close enough for DRS this time around. Kind of see here in his rear view mirror that DRS swing is not activated through 1 and 2. And if you take a quick look at his front tires, he does have a set of the mediums on. At this point of the race, he should be faster than us. And that's the reason why he's catching up to us within the last couple of laps. So now less than a second behind. This is the number 66 as we come in through 11 at the hairpin. From the front nose of Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari just under the wing of the number 66 now.
Too high on the curbs. It's coming up.
So lap 34, you can see our timing there that we are 1.5 seconds slower than our fastest lap. Very slow lap for us, of course, as the Ferrari comes on. And this time around, he's going to have his DRS available to him. As we cross the line, he's going to activate his wing.
Afraid he gets around, he will take off.
Are very wide through the 130. You can see that Charles Leclerc has gotten around the 66.
Don't know what happened there. It's definitely got better tires than we do.
DRS on the 66, and we're going to be in the inside of turn 1. We are going
That was
to
a big dive.
elbow him, and we are back up in the lead. Here we are down the main straight again. He's going to have his DRS open. Has a look at the outside. Not this time around.
Alright, I'm gonna have to control his pace.
are still racing with Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris falling far behind now at 8.5 seconds behind. And George Russell even further back. At this point, he should have changed his front wing that got damaged earlier in the race. And in 6th place, you saw there, Max Verstappen not having a good race this time around. To the start-finish line. Charles Leclerc still has his DRS, but again, just not enough speed now. And it's kind of hard to tell if he's struggling with these tires. But he's handling pretty well through the S's right now. Very close behind, so if he does get around to 66, it's very possible that he will have a faster car. And so for right now, we've just got to cover all sides of the track and prevent him from getting around. Again, very close through this back straight as we come in through the 130. He's still going to have very good speed. Crossing the DRS line, it looks like he's going to be within distance again. So another chance for him down the main straight to get by. And it's just going to depend on the exit of 18 here. So he's very close by. We're not going to tow him. There it is. The wings open. Closed. Protection line, he is very close. Let's see if he can put a move in this time. And the 66 is going to remain in the center of the track. Again, just not enough room, just not enough speed from Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari. Continuing to be a very good race for the 66, although the race is ours to lose. The Ferrari very close behind. Charles Leclerc driving a fantastic race. Just not enough speed through the straight. And for the past 5 or 6 laps, he's had a very good chance to get around with his DRS. And will occupied again this time around Main Straight. So still very close at the exit of 18. Should be open now, and 66 is definitely quite aware of that, so we are going to cover all lanes. And again, just not able to get by.
I think Norris is catching up.
So yes, looking at the timing there, it looks like Lando Norris has the fastest lap right now.
There was a little rubbing back there.
Charles Leclerc having another look. Again, still not fast enough coming through 1 and 2.
Falling apart now.
Another shot for Charles Leclerc. Better shot than the last 5 or 6 laps, and he's going to be able to get around through turn 1. Just a little late on activating the ERS perhaps for the number 66 down the Main Straight. And we've got a third player now, and that is the McLaren. Still very fast, and we are going to nudge our way in.
Great maneuver, you made it look so easy.
Through turn 9 and through turn 10, we are now up ahead again. Just a very quick opportunity for the 66. Perhaps Charles Leclerc was not expecting that. So now the McLaren's ever closer. He should have his DRS available as well through the main straight. And again, the number 66 using all of his ERS just to remain fast down the main straight. And for right now, it's keeping us ahead here through the S's.
The hard tires are not paying off right now.
On board with Lando Norris down the main straight. You can see the Ferrari just trying to get under the wing of the 66 again. And he's going to try to come around into turn one. Nothing doing. Very close though. And again, very good racing here with the top three cars. Very wide on the exit for the number 66. That's going to be very slow. But right now, remaining ahead of the Ferrari. And we are watching the race up ahead on board with Lando Norris and the TCAM of the McLaren. So at the beginning of lap 46 of 53, the number 66 driving immersion still in first place. Been a very close race so far at the front here. And just behind we've got the Ferrari and the McLaren.
So I'm short shifting and lifting early to conserve a little bit of fuel. Both the cars behind us are in DRS.
So with just over 6 laps of the race left, we are finding that we are running low on fuel. Well, we eventually will. So the complexion of the race is going to change right now as we're going to try to conserve. Again, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris still very close behind. There they are. Through turn 10. And the hairpin on turn 11.
Back tires are going. Six laps to go.
6 laps to go, and we're going to try to keep our surplus of fuel right here at 0.3. Down the main straight again, you can see here the Ferrari is right behind.
They have a good run.
And as we head down the main straight, we use our ERS, whatever's available left, just to stay ahead of the 2 cars right behind us now. Around the exit of turn 14. Through the 130R. Entering 16, 17, and 18. And we are able to keep the Ferrari and the McLaren still behind on this lap with a little bit more space. And you can see here that the Ferrari still has his DRS available to him, along with the McLaren as well. Through the S's and the closing laps of the race. Under the bridge that makes this track a figure 8. And the very slow hairpin in turn 11. So we're riding on board with Lando Norris and McLaren. You can see here that they are within a second behind the number 66. And further back, Max Verstappen at 21 seconds in 4th place. Our teammate now in 11th place. And again, that may be a result of his pit strategy. I wish we could have changed their strategy as well. Watching on from Lando Norris. The Ferrari is very close behind. He fakes to the left. Side by side, and he's going to take the 66 on lap 50 of 53.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
So maybe a little bit too much fuel saving for the 66. now in second place. Come through the 130, we are still in the DRS zone here of the Ferrari just ahead, but instead we are going to take a big dive on the inside, and that is going to slow everybody down, but the number 66 comes through in first. So back to the leader of the race, and you can see here that the Ferrari has lost a little bit of pace as a result.
Valtteri's out of the race.
So on lap 51, Valtteri Bottas is out of the race with a DNF. And as we circle the track, we're going to have an opportunity to see him, hopefully, or his car on the side of the track. Still within range of DRS as we come in through the detection zone. And the 66 is going to have to fight again through the main straight at the end of lap 51. There we are, and it looks like Charles Leclerc just does not have enough speed to come through this time. Lap 52, 53, the penultimate lap, as we see the 66 is still in the lead. There's been a couple of times where he did lose the lead, and just recently on lap 51. But right now coming in through 13 and 14, he's got good space between him and the Ferrari.
Very wide. I think their medium tires have passed their prime.
A quick look at the steering wheel timing. We are still ahead of our fastest lap right now. So the car's doing well. And these two cars are going just as fast. On board with Lando Norris. And are we going to see another dive by the Ferrari to get around? Jigs to the left. And the 66 is going to stay in the center and just gets pushed out coming in through turn 1. So the 66 is going to keep its lead.
That was one of the last places that you can try.
And that may be the last attempt from Charles Leclerc to get around the 66. As we are on the final lap.
Very slow here. make some room.
And the very slow hairpin. On board with the 66, you can see that we still have our fuel surplus. And as this is the final lap of the race, we are going to be able to finish, obviously. Something that we had to maintain in the final laps of the race. One more shot for Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. Nothing doing coming out of 16, 17, and 18 as we head down the main straight this time around.
Nice one.
Yes.
Checkered flag.
Lovely drive. On to the next one.
Very
That's
hard
a
race.
race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
So another race win for the driving immersion team.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka. A brilliant win on the beloved figure-of-8 circuit.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
So that's how we finish at the race here at Suzuka Race Circuit here in Japan. Another win for the driving immersion team amidst changing weather conditions and having to adjust race strategies. We will continue to ramp up the difficulty as we head to the next race, so look for even closer racing ahead. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for the best immersive racing.